Well, guys, apparently in, well, what this screen is saying, 12 minutes, our lives are going to change forever. Because we're supposed to be getting the official reveal for Oblivion. Remaster, remake, reboot. They're saying it's remastered. I know a lot of people have been confused. A lot of people have questioned, but it's being called a remaster. I mean, we're gonna know today exactly what they've, hopefully exactly what they've, you know, added or altered. According to the leaks, because there's been a lot of them over the past 2 weeks. Well, let's start with, there's been a lot of news about this for years at this point. Oh, it's gonna come out tomorrow, it's gonna come out today, it's gonna come out in an hour. We've heard that a lot. But according to the leaks, the most recent set of leaks, it is going to shadow drop. So some people assume it's going to shadow drop right after this event. I always thought that was a little weird, right? Because it's Elder Scrolls. You think that they'd want to market it as long as possible. They'd want to make a big deal out of it. But who knows? We're going to find out. We don't know how long this event is going to be, guys. We have no idea. It could be 10 minutes. It could just be one single trailer. It could be an hour-long deep dive. We really have nothing to go off of. And, well, is what it is. We'll see how long the event is. Either way, we're here. We're going to watch it. We're going to talk about it. And, I mean, obviously, right, I am a big fan of Elder Scrolls. You guys know. So, I mean, I've got a certain level of hype for this. I'm not fangirling, guys, I swear. I promise, I'm not fangirling. Hello, Yellow Flash. I hope it drops today. According to the reports, it's going to shadow drop. So, or it was supposed to shadow drop this week, but one would assume that they're just going to shadow drop it after this event or during this event. It's going to be, if we believe the reports, a $70 remaster with a 110 special edition, which I know that price has worried a lot of people, which is completely understandable. I mean, Oblivion's an amazing game. All the Elder Scrolls games are amazing. Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. Hopefully it comes out today, and I'll be streaming it later. I mean, who knows, right? But in 9 minutes, we will know. I think that this is either just going to be like a quick 10-minute event, or it's going to be an hour long. I don't think there's any in between. Who knows, though? I feel like if they are going to shadow drop it, it's going to be significantly longer, because they want as many people to be sold on it as possible by the end of the event. Right now, they have the live stream chat disabled, which I feel is never a good sign. But we'll see. Cautiously optimistic, am I right, guys? What could they possibly be locking the comments down for? I'm feeling 30 minutes. It could be. I mean, either way, we're here. We're going to watch it. We'll see. But yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing good. If you don't already know a lot about the, I don't want to say troubled history of the remaster, right? Because I wouldn't say it's like super troubled. But as you can see, here is just a kind of brief history of how many reports we've gotten on this thing. I mean, this started years ago. Even before June 2023, we had heard that they wanted to do, or they were working on a remastered version of Oblivion. But in June 2023 was when we got the first leak about it. So I would say this is probably where like the official timeline started. It came from a post on the official Oblivion subreddit poster claimed to be an employee of Virtuous Games. And of course, we know that Virtuous Games is doing this. The only reason why we found out that, you know, we were so close to getting this was because it was on the Virtuous Games website. Only, you know, a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see. We'll see. Cautiously optimistic as always. With it being, you know, Virtuous and Bethesda, and especially with modern companies, and especially when it comes to remakes and remasters. We've gotten so many over the years, but this is obviously one that a lot of people are looking forward to. And I hope it comes out, and I hope it's really good. I hope it's everything that we've wanted. Todd Howard shows up with pink hair, a nose ring, and dressed in leather. We have consulted Sweet Baby Inc. for this remaster. Todd Howard will do anything to chase a dollar. And hey, listen, I mean, that's what companies need to do. We do know, though, again, if the leaks are true, take everything with a grain of salt, it is the internet, that in the special edition of the game, the $110 version of the game, there is horse armor. So, I mean, haha, funny, right? Guys, don't you remember this? Haha. But we didn't really see in detail what it would provide, because they were just little images and not full breakdowns. So we'll see. But welcome on into the live stream, everyone. Hope your day's going good. Hope you're all excited. We only have a couple of minutes left. Go wherever you'd like at 20 times the detail. Are we gonna get $100 horse armor? Well, in the more expensive version, there's horse armor, so I guess in theory, there technically is. Yeah, Oblivion's supposed to hold us over, guys. It's supposed to hold us over until Elder Scrolls 6. They couldn't milk Skyrim anymore. They were like, you know what, we've done too much Skyrim content. We need to go back a little bit. So now it's time to start getting the 50 re-releases of Oblivion. I hope this won't be another Fallout 76. In what regards? In terms of the state of release? Must pay for horse armor. Yeah. I mean, Virtuous is pretty established when it comes to, like, remakes and remasters and ports. So, I mean, again, cautiously optimistic. Father Todd, praise him. Todd's about to scam us. I don't know about that. But, yes. This is apparently Unreal Engine 5. 76 is a good game now. I know a lot of people have changed their minds on Fallout 76 for sure. Though, I don't think we're ever going to forget the awful state that it released in. And the minimal content that it released with. Which, you know, first impressions are very important. It's good that they fixed it. Sometimes first impressions, you know, can either kind of be overlooked. I still feel like with 76, people's minds didn't fully change like it did with something like No Man's Sky. But, yeah. I mean, ultimately, allegedly, in 2 minutes, we're gonna find out. 76 is only okay. 76 is okay-ish now. 76 still isn't good. Yeah, I haven't ever heard anybody say that they love 76 or that they think 76 is fantastic. It didn't do as much of a turn as Hello Games did with No Man's Sky, but I'd say the reaction to 76 now is generally a little bit more positive. Also, yes, this is supposed to be on Game Pass, which I had mentioned it. I mentioned it throughout, you know, my streams talking about this and my game streams where I've mentioned this. If this does shadow drop today, I'm going to feel so bad for the Expedition 33 team, because that game comes out on Thursday, and that looks like it's going to be a very good game. I don't think that there's many games that could fully compete against Oblivion. In terms of, you know, brand new releases, sure, Expedition's a brand new game, but Oblivion has so much love and nostalgia, and people have been looking forward to this for years now, that, yeah, it's gonna be tough one competition. For $70, I expect a really substantial overhaul and improvements. A mere facelift won't cut it. Apparently, there's lots of quality of life changes, or there will be. Again, according to leaks. So, we'll see. Alright, guys. Less than a minute to go. Always keep your expectations low, then you can never be disappointed. But I know that that's very hard when it comes to Elder Scrolls. Completely understandable. It's a beloved franchise. But it's almost time. 1 minute. I'm not ready. 16 times the generic caves. All I know is that the memes from this are going to be phenomenal. When you can't make a new game, sell us an old one. Alright, guys. It's time. We're here. All will be revealed. That's the name of this stream. And then it just shows us the logo, and then the event's over. GG, guys. Hope you enjoyed. No children allowed.
They would take you to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Same music and voice acting. GG,
Here we
guys.
are 20 years later.
Oh, Todd.
When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling.
Of course
and
we
it's
have.
really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time.
Thank you, Texas,
You want
for
to
the
keep
donut.
those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like...
I mean, the Elder Scrolls music's always
flood
amazing.
of nostalgia.
It's always
Oblivion
phenomenal.
is the beginning of who I am. As an individual, as a game developer, it all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Of course they did.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
For $70.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
I mean, it just looks like a remake.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project,
I mean,
we had
Virtuous has
one
been around
rule.
for a very long
We weren't
time.
going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Can we see?
We wanted to make the remaster
Please?
more friendly to gamers with
We know what
modern
your
hardware.
faces look like.
This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
I'd hope so.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I mean, I'm a fan.
I want to
have been
see more of
always
the
a fan.
outside shots because some of the lighting looks so
perhaps
wonky.
10,000 hours.
Of course, the
Oblivion
modern
was my
day
first Elder
filter.
Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
Captain Picard! We love you! We need to see more of like the outside environments.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
Okay, so these are the images that we saw. that was an image that we saw.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals.
Okay, so all this is confirmed.
We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset.
All of the
allowing us a
architecture
truly
looks
impressive level of detail in the world.
fantastic.
Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch. We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system.
So why are we calling it a
simulates how light
remaster?
interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light. We used an incredible
That's
new
completely
lip-sync
different
technology
lighting.
that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us
That's a completely different tone.
He did.
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our character.
I mean, to be fair,
From there,
with
our
Sky
artists
Oblivion,
sculpt
you know, they
each
said they
race
were going to be
individually to
adding
adapt it to the
content.
mesh, allowing us to share the model.
It doesn't sound like
rig,
they've
and textures.
added anything.
As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base
Khajiit has
mesh,
wear if you have coin.
making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you
The
to
new
retrieve
character
a carved
models
sample
also,
from the central
I mean, we've
chamber
only
of the
seen,
High Thing.
you know, 3 of them up close, but they seem pretty good. It's gonna leave a mark.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay. It's UI and UX. It's audio.
It's a remake.
We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
120 gigs.
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view
The original
that
just
compared
makes
to
me
Starfield
feel so
in
much
terms of
more
playability.
warm and fuzzy, though.
Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
Its atmosphere is very different.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop.
You sleep soundly for a murderer.
Criminal scum. Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone! We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace.
Whoa!
You need to find
That's
the
insane.
reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
I'm dead. It's over for me, guys. Thank you, Texas, for the dono. I'll read after.
You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeited. Then pay with your blood.
I'll kill.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because there was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch.
Big
and
quality
that has
of life
a huge
updates.
impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much
I'm
because
going
it's
through
part of the core
PTSD.
experience.
Whether you're
PTSD.
returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
I mean, I hope so.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long
I
we've
don't
been
trust
waiting?
modern companies, so.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would
You know
be
what else is
here
core
if we
Bethesda
hadn't
Studios?
made that
Starfield.
game, and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
You can
And
remaster
now, to help
anything.
introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even
I
if
mean,
it's
that's
just
always
the
the
music,
hope.
for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
I mean, so far,
You're going
it
back
looks
to a world that
solid.
you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game.
The Starfield
There was a lot of
patch.
respect for
I'm
what
sorry.
was before, and I think
We need
the
to forget that
fans will
game's
appreciate that.
existence.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today.
Okay, that was it,
Oblivion
20-minute
has
event.
a very special place in my heart, and being able to work
Is it
on
out?
this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you
Okay,
and then make you have
it's
to wait.
releasing right now.
The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available today.
I mean, all the leaks have been real so
I
far,
was born 87 years ago,
so it is going on Game Pass. It's out.
but for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era, and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come.
Looks clear.
A trap! The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
Yes, it's Patrick Stewart.
Here you must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Find him.
Ooh.
And close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
How much? Is it 70? Deluxe edition. I was reading that. It is on Game Pass, yeah. Stay tuned for a special gameplay stream. When? Now? Okay, well, we're gonna watch it. Or at least some of it. I don't know how long the gameplay stream will be. First impressions are pretty solid. I'm gonna check Steam really quickly to see if it's up on Steam. They said it's going on Game Pass. On Steam, Elder Scrolls Online is first. That's not quite the Elder Scrolls people were asking. It's $50. Okay, so that part of the like leaker information that we were getting was wrong. It is $50, $49.99, and for the base edition, and then the deluxe edition is $59.99. What is in the deluxe edition? The deluxe edition is obviously the base game. New quests for armor sets, weapons, and horse armors. And it includes the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine digital story expansions, and then all of the DLC. And then you get the digital art book and the soundtrack app. Soundtrack app. Okay, so you're getting all of the DLC. So it's basically $10 for all of the DLC and then the digital deluxe content, which is armors, weapons, horse armor skins. I don't see any individual like purchases or anything, but it's only $9.99 upgrade. I still feel like it should be $10 less, but also at least it's not $70. Because that rumor was very worrying. It's going on Game Pass, so you can play it via Game Pass if you don't want to buy it individually. Let's see how large it is. It is 100, and it says you need 125 gigs. 125 gigs. So yeah, I guess we'll stay tuned. We'll see if they start this gameplay stream in a minute or two. And we'll try to watch that. My first impressions are pretty solid. I feel like what we are seeing was much more akin to a remake than a remaster. Obviously, I still think some of the lighting looks kind of wonky. I'm definitely questioning some of the lighting, but overall it does generally look good.
Did we just witness the worst kept secret
Guys,
ever?
I haven't gotten a chance to
Maybe.
talk at all.
Probably. But you just witnessed the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered Direct. That is coming to you today. Maybe
Yeah.
even now. I don't know. We'll have to check after
I
this
feel
stream.
like
I'm joined by the wonderful.
They've
talented,
obviously been working on
incredible
this for
Wes Johnson.
a long time.
Ah,
I do feel
hi.
that this is a direct response to
And
Sky
Wes, who do
Oblivion,
you
though.
have here with you?
We'll talk
is
more about
Finn.
Sky Oblivion and stuff
yes,
afterwards.
he knows his name now.
There's
Hello
been one
there,
person
Finn. How
talking
are
or
you?
another person talking.
For the sake of this, we can call him Barbas if you'd like, but he's a sweetie pie.
I'd like to see
and
the
he
gameplay,
wanted
though.
to get his time, Mr. DeMille.
That makes sense. I would, if I had a new puppy, I would totally bring that puppy with me everywhere.
I take him everywhere. You ever heard the Harry Nilsson's puppy song?
No.
He's like, I take my puppy everywhere. Da, da, da.
Well, for you, those of you joining us, either new or from the direct, we're going to be sharing some gameplay of Wes's old stomping grounds, but newer now with the remastered version.
I can't wait.
So, Wes, for those that do not know you, first, shame on you
Todd's
if you
looking
don't.
old.
But if you don't, why don't you tell our friends here what role you have done in Oblivion?
In Oblivion, you're going to probably bring some memes back to life.
I hope so.
So if like you walk out of someplace with a fork, I would be there going,
Not up on the PlayStation Store
Your
yet?
stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay with your
It's on
blood.
Steam.
That's a lovely one.
so
the
very
Imperial Guard
aggressive.
song is out
People
there
are saying it's not on
now,
Game
and all
Pass.
sorts of
Not
things
up on
that
Game
people
Pass
had
yet
fun
either.
with. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of
125
Madness,
gigs
at your
required,
service.
yes.
And I love this because I'll never be able to order a cheese pizza again because people use the soundboard and they call the pizza shops and they're saying, what can I do for you today? Cheese! You want a cheese pizza? I want cheese for everyone! How many would that be, sir? And so I can't call anywhere as Sheogorath to order a pizza because I'll never get it or I'll get it with a lot of
I mean,
spit.
honestly, you're doing everybody a favor if you do. So.
Yeah,
I mean, and your shirt is totally on theme today as well.
Yeah, wearing my Sheo shirt. I've got, and of course, there's, where is it? My Dark Brotherhood pin here. Lucian LeChance of the Dark Brotherhood, dear child of Sithis. I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. So, yeah, I loved Oblivion. Oblivion to me was, I mean, I've loved all the games. I loved Morrowind. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. Come right in. I love Skyrim.
So many iconic
which
voices.
is fantastic. But Oblivion to me was.
Oh,
where
it
I
is up
came
on
out
Game
to
Pass right now? I figured if it wasn't
And,
already, it would be shortly. But
it was the original. All the races had the same voices. Oh man, there's so much crossbreeding amongst the Imperial Guard. You know, mom, dad, the family reunions were very confusing. But
It's a lot of love.
I know, but I just absolutely loved that game, and as other games came along, and then you got to see Skyrim with its 10th anniversary edition, and when I first put that on the Xbox Series X, oh my God, the visuals to me were just, I was blown away. And to make Oblivion now have that kind of feel, that kind of look, the gameplay, the graphics, I mean, if I walk up to a lady in the middle of one of the towns and tap her on the shoulder and she turns around and does not look like Terry Jones in drag from Monty Python.
the
I
reused
don't
voices
know
were
what
part
I'm
of the
going to
charm,
do.
yeah.
But I mean,
partially, for sure.
I love the game. So now people are going to get a chance to see it with brand new eyes.
Yeah.
And for
I mean,
people who've
even to
only ever
people
played Skyrim,
who
this
have
is going to be kind of a revelation.
like love and nostalgia.
This is the predecessor,
are
so it's
getting
taking
a,
people back.
You know, an updated experience.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And this is the mouth to the Shivering Isles. Look at the difference, the graphics, how sumptuous it is, the detail on this. Not just on the backgrounds, not just every leaf on a tree.
I don't see it
looking
on
at
Switch
the
too.
clothing, at the uniforms that they're wearing. I mean, he's wearing leather and he's wearing some fur, and you're seeing all the details on every little thing. This guard right here, this guard, people are like, that's so effective. He seems to have this cold out there in the middle of this island where the winds are whipping around, and I had a cold. I was really, really sick that day. But
you didn't have to go that hard into the role, Wes.
I know, I'm method, so method. But look at that. Now, there's the door to the fringe, and inside, what's going to happen? Oh, look at the screens. Even the screens.
It's a load
the
screen,
loading
guys.
screens look
Insane.
So much sweeter and more detailed. And there he is, Haskell. Look at him.
Listen, I
sitting
get it,
there
right?
all
To be
bald
part
and
of a
boring.
project again, it must be
Haskell,
exciting.
Your room's very dark, just like your personality.
Well, let's
Hurry
be
up
fair.
and talk. Oh,
It's
look
a
at
load
the detail
screen.
on Haskell's face. You can really see what living with Shea Gorth has done to him. He looks like Marley's ghost there.
I mean, this is the first time you're seeing the remastered,
This is the first
isn't it?
time I've seen any of this, and the detail and the expression on the face, he just looks so weary, so put upon.
Well, it's been almost 20 years, so we've had a lot of ability for technical advancements from there. So
Yes, and imagine
and age, I guess. for
20,
him as well.
20 years in the service of Shea Gorth is going to age anybody.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Listen, show us some gameplay.
I like his puffy sleeves there. That little Seinfeld puffy sleeves.
We need to see how you're modernizing the gameplay, as you guys called it.
For Oblivion, or which character do you feel like you gravitated the most towards?
Well, that's the thing. People ask me all the time, who's your favorite character to play this? And that's a Sophie's choice. Because you bring a little of yourself to every role you do. You got to bring, these are all like my children. So, I mean, I love
I have so much to say, but I don't want to talk
Lucian.
over
I love
everybody.
Shea Gorth. I love them all for very different reasons. I remember working with Mark Lampert for this game, and we're doing the same Imperial Guard voice, even the Gray Fox, like capital, but he's still very much the Imperial. But then he gets to Lucy and he goes, this guy's a little different, a little darker, a little more macabre. So I think about it for a second, and I start going into this thing, and in my mind, you try to get an image of who the character is. And for me, he was twisted and gaunt and bent and just insidious.
Does it take you? Is it that quick for you sometimes when you get a breakdown of a character?
Sometimes it can, and sometimes I take time.
I mean, he's doing
Shea
it
was a
live.
different
Well,
thing.
not live,
with,
but without
Lucian,
edits. So I'd assume.
I had a come here, Bubby. It's okay.
Listen, guys.
With Lucian,
I just want to see the gameplay.
the
Okay,
image I
I'm gonna
had in
turn
my
it down.
mind as I portrayed him at first
All right, guys.
was completely
There's a
different from the image
lot
of what he ended up looking like.
of
You know, he
initial
ended
thoughts.
up
Your
looking- they made
thoughts,
him this gorgeous
1 to
guy,
10 from what we saw.
you know, and
Obviously,
we were looking at him
I
going,
think that
oh
this.
my God, he's gorgeous. and he's
It's
the heart of
exciting,
darkness,
right?
the perfect
Whenever you
man.
get a remake
So,
or a remaster
but he was so much
of
fun to
a
do.
game that you love
And
and like
people say,
that you
"We know what
have
happened to
so
him."
much nostalgia for, it's going to be super exciting. And
just
I think that it looks pretty good. The only thing that I'm right now pretty skeptical about is some of the lighting. Some of the lighting looks a little bit wonky, but I generally say like the environments look pretty good. The character models look pretty good. Like we saw a limited amount of content. I mean, the actual content that we saw was like 17 or 18 minutes long. So we're not talking about like an in-depth look. That's why we were watching this, because I was hoping we were actually going to see an in-depth look. They're showing environments right now, like, which is cool, don't get me wrong. But I actually want to see like gameplay and I don't know, maybe go through like a single quest or something. You'd think that it wouldn't be that difficult for them to do. Companies always drop the ball when it comes to the content that they're actually showing. But I would definitely agree that I feel like
I don't believe you. So,
Admittedly, that would be an interesting.
it
thing to see
looks
Robin Williams talking about.
pretty good. I don't know what I'd give my score. I'm gonna be streaming this. I feel bad for the Expedition 33 devs that thought that they were gonna have a clear week without a lot releasing. I will also get to the super chats in a minute, you guys. But I know that you know, when it comes to Sky Oblivion, right? That's obviously it's been years in the making, and I'm still going to play Sky Oblivion when it comes out, right? I still have a bit of hype for that, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Bethesda dropping this before Sky Oblivion is going to kill a lot of hype that people had for that project over this. And I know that they said that they were going to be like adding content, which is cool, don't get me wrong, though we have been waiting years for Sky Oblivion, so I feel like while there is a lot of hype for that still, this is going to kind of scratch that itch that people have had for years at this point. We've been told a lot, oh, it's going to come out soon, it's going to come out now, it's going to come out soon. Like, I think 2024 was definitely the year that if they had dropped it, it would have done giant numbers. If they don't stop Sky Oblivion, my worry when we started hearing about the like remaster slash remake that we're getting now, when we started hearing about that in 2023, it reminded me a lot of the Knights of the Old Republic situation, where they were 80%, the fan group that was doing the Knights of the Old Republic remake got about 80% of the way done, and then it was shut down, and then EA shut it down because they had announced that they were doing a remake of their own. Well, at first it was supposed to be a remaster, and then we heard it was going to be a remake of their own. So I know a lot of people were wondering if like Sky Oblivion was going to get shut down. I don't necessarily think that that's the case, but I feel like a lot of the hype that was existing for that project is now going to kind of be, a lot of that interest is going to kind of be quelled, right? From this. Play it. I will be playing it. This remake slash remaster, yeah, it's, to me, it strikes me more as a remake. I know that they're saying that it's just a remaster, but yeah.
Well, you have to bring a sense of life.
But
Whereas when someone is writing it,
because this is, you know, available now, I feel like what they have done is good with the like, obviously I want to see more than 20 minutes, but the thing is that we can download it and play it right now. I'm not downloading it right now. Once I get off stream, I'm going to download it. Because like I'm streaming right now, so I wouldn't be playing it right off the bat anyway. You snooze, you lose. Yeah, I feel like with Sky Oblivion, I know they had put out a statement about a couple of days ago, I believe it was, when the leaks for this started, circulating the internet, and they had said that there was room for both projects, and I do agree. There's always room for multiple projects, but also this is out now.
what does that sound like?
So they really dropped the ball in terms of release window, because it was supposed to come out in 2023, and then it was supposed to come out in 2024. Now we're a third of the way through 2025, and we're getting this. Is this getting a physical release? I will check. It was being reported initially that it was supposed to be getting a physical edition, though. I'm gonna see if Bethesda put out a press release with any other extra information that we haven't already gotten. Oblivion Remastered out today on PS5. Price revealed. No information. Nope. No confirmation. Because we had seen images of a physical deluxe. I mean, part of me hopes so. Let me read the super chats really quickly. Guys, thank you for the support. Sorry, it's been between the talking and the yapping. Character models and graphics are good. Coloring and lighting are total balls. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I'm not all that interested in the Oblivion remake. The Morrowind mod project. Tamriel has Cyrodiil that's based on the older incarnations of Elder Scrolls lore. Unfortunately, only Anvil and the Gold Coast are available. Look more happier. I mean, I'm pretty hyped. But thank you to Texas for the dono, Zim for the 20, Ranger for the 2, Randy, thank you for the 5. Do you think that they would have done this without Sky Oblivion? Yes. I think that even if Sky Oblivion didn't exist, like let's imagine that they haven't been talking about that or making that for years. Bethesda's always looking for a way to make money, like every company. But Bethesda has already milked Skyrim for all that it's worth, so they had to find another way to make money, and that just happens to be Oblivion. That's what they set their sights on. John, thank you for the 10. Have they masculinized the Sprig and the Tree Demon Girl? Anybody know about the Spider Deirdre? I mean, we didn't really see a closer shot than we had seen in the initial screenshots from last week. So I don't really have an opinion on it yet. I was hoping that we were going to see like a little bit more, but we didn't.
I went to Amsterdam.
Looks a little different. I don't necessarily think masculinized off the top of my head. How many editions of Skyrim are there, or do I own? Don't ask. My fridge can now run Skyrim at this stage. Guys, I was hoping we were actually going to see some like in-depth gameplay here. I like listening to people that were affiliated with initial projects yap. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like listening to people yap, but also they said it was going to be gameplay. We're seeing a tiny bit here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna traipse around the Shivering Isles for a little while.
And look at some of the faces.
If they redo Skyrim, they're not going to. Skyrim is massively popular already, and there are already thousands upon thousands of mods.
So you get Knights of the Nine. You know, Pelin the White Strake.
Billions and billions of editions of Skyrim. Yeah, kind of.
You don't think about. What's the guy's name? Begins with a U.
Obviously, though, you know, cautiously optimistic still, right? I haven't played it myself, so I can't say for certain what is different or what is not different. What is faithful or what is altered. And that's why I'm going to play it. Because I mean, we'll see, right? It only just released. And what we saw, we've basically already seen. Should I buy it or should I watch you play the game then buy it based on my opinion? I have done that while watching your stream. It's whatever you want to do. If you have Game Pass, you could download it through Game Pass. If you think that you're going to enjoy it, you could buy it. You know, all I know is that I will be playing it and I will be giving it a chance. Because what we have seen has generally looked positive. Though to each their own. Thank you so much for the 5. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 was confirmed. They've talked about it in this, but it was also confirmed in the showcase itself.
How do I look?
I'll just play it through Game Pass. Yeah, definitely a way to play it. Is this supposed to be charming?
That's a little different, isn't it?
Guys.
And it was like torture watching.
Only the add-on is available, not the main game yet. What do you mean? It's available to purchase on Steam.
Watching someone play a game is fun like this when you're battling.
Make your own choice. Don't use other people to determine to buy something or not. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely wait and watch some of your favorite content creators play it, but ultimately, you know, make your own decision. It's 118 gigs. Yeah, it says on Steam that it requires 125 gig space. Yeah, wait for YouTube reviews if you're on the fence for sure.
Can you tell us anything about your first interaction?
It doesn't seem that media got it early. I bet they're fuming. I bet they're pissed. Unless they didn't. Maybe they're not fuming. Maybe they did get it early. But it appears that they didn't. Yes, it is up on Steam and it's on Game Pass. They better not change any dialogue for woke crop. Obviously, when it comes to remakes and remasters, that is always a worry. It is always a worry that content is going to be changed. One could hope that it is not going to be,
just chat and walk.
but
And the thing is,
we don't know
Todd's
for
always
sure
been
yet.
very passionate about these games.
I mean, I bet for everybody it's still downloading.
That's the thing that people
If there's
don't
no
often
IGN review, they didn't. Yeah.
how deeply
Yeah.
enmeshed into
But
the game world he is. I mean, the old
I would say
turn-based type
what we had seen was pretty good so far. Though seeing, 15 to 20 minutes of content is certainly not enough to judge a full project based on.
much less.
And it will be interesting to see what the comparisons actually look like.
And,
It's retro. Don't worry about it.
and the voice acting was very.
I feel like this is just a bizarre pair of people to have together.
But what was there was really fun.
Like, why is this the choice?
And I started playing.
Also, maybe it's just me, but I think that the gameplay should always be the larger of the images, and they should be the smaller.
Birds are chirping.
Is that a hot take?
Your day is toast.
What day is it?
And you go to
Probably
sleep
not.
in that world.
We're here to see the game, not to see the people. I can't wait to see the modders fix the lighting. It's not too bad. I would say most of the areas, or I don't want to say most, some of the areas that we've seen do not look too bad, but some of them look crazy.
And this one I really
Like, where's the action in this? They're just showing cutscenes and walking. Where is the action? Give us the action.
Now maybe in Oblivion I didn't see any
Why have the character talking and then other people talking on top of that?
from one end to the other. Thank God there were no cliff racers.
Last time I checked, I'm buying the game for the gameplay, not because two people are just sitting here talking about the game. So show us the game. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, but I saw that world. And I lived
Anyway,
in that world
let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your, first initial reactions. What you think of what we have seen so far. I will be giving it a chance myself. Personally, obviously, I'm a game streamer, so I will be trying it. Definitely cautiously optimistic, though. It's always hard to trust companies, especially with remasters and remakes. Rip to Expedition 33. Well, I don't want to say rip to Expedition 33, because I still feel like it's a new game, so there are going to be a lot of people that are going to play it. But the description of the remastered is developed by Virtuous and Bethesda, obviously running in Unreal Engine 5, new lip sync technology, brand new models and environments, all story expansions included, improved and updated UI and audio, updated leveling system from Oblivion and Skyrim, improved combat animations, visual effects, hit reaction sprinting, proper third-person view and playability. That is the first press release that I see for it so far. Is this on Game Pass? Yes, it will be on, or it is on Game Pass.
And doing these things and to be able to perform alongside folks like Linda Carter, who's been in these,
I can't find any other information on it, though. I'm guessing in the next few hours, they'll probably end up giving us some more info, but I think they also probably just expect people to consume product. It says combat has been remade with a new dodge button. You can now sprint, which we had seen. Fully remade visuals from the ground up, all animations remade, new voices added, and new lines recorded. Whenever I hear new content's being added, red flag, red flag. Can't believe they brought back the horse armor. Yeah, they put the horse armor in the deluxe edition. We knew that it was gonna happen. We knew that it was. They couldn't give up the meme potential. Or their body types? Have no idea yet. They haven't They haven't shown character creation system. Well, they did for like 3 seconds. Not in depth though.
These are gladiators.
So we'll see. But yeah, guys, well, that was interesting. I'm a little sad right now that they haven't given us any other real, content. I was hoping we were actually going to get a gameplay showcase here like they said they were going to, but it's just been talking. It's just been these two individuals talking and then characters talking. So, yeah. Guys, interesting. That's for sure. It was male and female in the OG, yeah, but we don't know what they're doing for this remaster. I keep wanting to call it a remake because to me it just screams remake, but it's a remaster.
And in that time, as
if Avowed will be better than remaster, that means Bethesda's die. I don't think that. I mean, I'm just gonna go off on a limb here again. I haven't played it. I haven't played this remaster yet. I still feel like this remaster is gonna be better than Avowed. Just my 2 cents.
I'm old school. Doing what I did.
That's for sure. If it's body type 1 and 2, I won't buy it. Fair enough. There's no confirmation either way. Again, modernized. Take everything with a grain of salt. I mean, they've rebuilt this game from the ground up. But this is out today, guys, so lots of talk is going to be, a lot of talk is going to be happening. I know words, I promise. Lots going on today in terms of the video game industry. It will be interesting to see what people's initial reactions are. Avowed is trash, Oblivion's the best RPG ever made. Yeah, Avowed was not comparable to Oblivion, that's for sure. Is it going to have body types 1 and 2? Let me take a look. I'll be keeping my eye out, obviously, throughout the day for some of the information that we'll be getting. It is. Yep. Oof. It was quick. I didn't even see. It's body type 1 and body type 2. Feels pretty fucking bad. Oof. This is the problem with remakes and reboots, right? Because there's people who initially get so excited and people who just want to play as close to the original product as possible, and then they make changes like this, which are so hard to justify. And sure, there are plenty of, I mean, I talk about body type 1 and 2 a lot on the channel. Body type 1 and body type 2 isn't going to kill a project for everybody, right? Because you can still enjoy a game after the type 1 and 2 because the content itself can be great within the game. But the problem is that why are we making modern decisions like this? The people you are changing content to body type 1 and 2 for, those people don't show up and buy video games. I know people were mentioning some of the rainbow-haired individuals in the presentation. The thing is that those are people who worked on the original Oblivion. So it's like you want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they did work on the original game, which was amazing. But this is the problem with companies like Microsoft, right? Microsoft has their inclusive framework, which I have discussed, many times on the channel, where they have guidelines that developers need to follow that raise questions like, is your character appropriately dressed? Does this make sense for your setting? Are you making changes that a modern audience would find acceptable? It's like with, Elden Ring. Elden Ring has body type 1 and 2, and Elden Ring is still an absolutely fucking phenomenal game. But Elden Ring, they could get away with it a little bit more because it wasn't a remake or a remaster or a reboot. It was a brand new game. It's like with Dragon Quest, right? The Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D collection game. I know what words are. Because it was not a new product, right? It wasn't a new game. People were furious. Same thing here. Yes, I know that this looks like a remaster, but it's not a brand new game. It is still a remaster, remake, or excuse me, it looks like a remake. Whether it's a remake or a remaster, it's still an existing product. We'll have to see if they make a statement on this. I highly doubt that they will. They're just going to hope that it's, you know, swept under the bus. And sure, modders will change this. Nexus Mods is gonna have a field day. How many times do you think body type to male female mods are gonna be banned? But we shouldn't have to rely on modders for a brand new product that came out. I mean, obviously, Bethesda and Virtuous, so you do expect to download things, but you know, we shouldn't have to. Rotor, thank you for the $9.99. Vera, thoughts on paying an extra $10 for DLC for an old game? I still feel like it should have been included in the $50 price tag instead of charging $60 for it. I still feel like a remaster should be $39.99, but also at least it's not $70. You are getting, I mean, quite a bit of extra content for the $10, but you know, it's still a remaster at the end of the day. They don't want to call it a remake. I'm not going to call it a remake. I'm at CC, I can confirm body type 1, 2. Yeah, it's on screen. Thank you, Dax, for the 4. NPCs are swapped. Well, I'll have to keep my eye open over the next few hours. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of talk about this. Yeah, Virtuous is a French studio. All DLCs in the 50 game? I thought the DLC was in the I'll double check. I thought that the DLC, so the deluxe edition says base game, digital deluxe content for new quests for unique armor, weapons, and horse skins, and then all of the digital story expansions. That is what the description for the digital deluxe edition is.
Everybody in town.
It is always important.
And that's $9.99 more.
And then you come back.
It's fucking stupid that they changed the male and female though to type 1 and 2. Modern video game companies in a nutshell, guys.
I'm feeling a little uneasy
in your head
suddenly.
What your character was doing, and then it goes back and snaps back into reality.
See, this is why I always say, keep your expectations low. Be cautiously optimistic. Because again, I'm sure that there's still going to be a lot of people who are going to buy this and play it. It's not going to completely kill the experience for everybody, but it is still a decision that was made that is going to upset a lot of fans. Which is totally fucking understandable. Instead of having male and female, now we have body type 1 and body type 2. Which is the dumbest shit. It's so fucking dumb. I'll be keeping my eye on this over the next little while, though. I'll probably end up covering it in a video. We'll have to see if there's any other changes that are made. I mean, obviously, we're not going to know overnight all of the changes that are made because it does not appear that anybody got copies early that would be able to discuss it early. So we're just going to have to see as more people play it and as more talk about it spreads on social media. But doing things like changing to body type 1 and 2 is so fucking dumb because all you are doing are making changes that a group of people who are not even going to buy your game want. So all you're doing is pushing away the existing fans and the potential sales that you could have made from legitimate gamers.
have that in common. I eat sandwiches.
And by the way, they still haven't really blown up the gameplay box itself, so I think this second event is kind of cooked. Unfortunately, they're not talking about anything good. And most of the time, it's the two people who are larger on screen, which, you know what, I think is dumb. I'm here to see the game, not see their faces. Sorry, you could have them as the small box at the bottom right. That'd be fine. But that needs to be flipped, and 98% of the time it needs to be the gameplay on the big screen. But yeah, guys, I'll be keeping my eye on this. I'll be covering the body type situation in video in a little while. I'll be keeping my eye on it. But I suppose that's the end of the event, because they're not saying anything of importance. They're not actually giving us a lot of information here, and we're not actually seeing a lot of gameplay. It's mainly just them showing talking. Just popped in for a quick word, Vera. Assessment. Thank you, Richard, for the 2. The visuals, the lighting still looks a little wonky. The environments look very pretty. The character models look pretty decent. The gameplay looks all right. Again, we really haven't seen a lot of gameplay. And then the decision to go for body type 1 and 2 is super fucking stupid. Super dumb decision, in my opinion. That's my, 2 cents. Very quickly. Refund requested, not even going to start the game. So disappointed. Shout out to only 2 genders. I feel like they are going to face a lot of backlash over this. Obviously, most games that end up going in the direction of body types instead of male and female, they do face quite a lot of scrutiny. Especially for a beloved product like this. When you have a beloved product like this, you have to be very careful about what you are modernizing or what you are changing and altering. And so I'm sure they're gonna face a lot of backlash. I'm not sitting here and saying that this isn't going to sell. There's a fuck ton of hype surrounding this. There's gonna be a lot of people playing this. But I think that there are also going to be a lot of people who are going to say, well, you know what? I'm going to wait, or I'm going to play it through like Game Pass instead of like directly purchase it. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the stream in just a few. If you have any questions, leave them in chat. Also, leave your thoughts from what you've seen and heard so far on a scale of 1 to 10 in the chat. Leave your thoughts, leave your opinions. And yeah, we'll have to see what other news breaks today. I'll be keeping a close eye on this, but so far the most questionable piece of information that we've got, or the most disappointing, is definitely body types 1 and 2 instead of male and female. I'm also really disappointed that they said stick around for gameplay. We're not even really getting gameplay. We're getting people sitting in chairs. Expedition 33 it is for me. That's also a game that a lot of people have hype for. Comes out on Thursday, so hopefully that comes out and it ends up being good too. I don't know. It's a new game, so I get that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to choose that over Oblivion. Because you can always go back to a remaster whenever. Though Oblivion is big. Day 1 mod, add male and female check until Nexus Mods bans it. How quickly do you think Nexus Mods is going to be ripping down the male and female mods? It's going to be so fast. It really is.
It's important. First of all, if you do a mod and you do
yeah, when it comes to body types, it doesn't kill the experience for everyone. Sometimes it does. Definitely a red flag, though. When that's one of the initial pieces of information that we're getting and seeing, definitely worrying. And again, this might lead more people to waiting for Sky Oblivion to come out. I know that a few days ago they had said that there's space in the market for both of them. I think it's going to be a tough sell for a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to choose to just buy this now because it's already out. And you want to access a product as soon as possible. We still do not have a full and confirmed release date for Sky Oblivion. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, though. Over the next couple of hours, seeing the initial reactions will be interesting. And again, I'm sure that this is gonna sell, don't get me wrong. But with the body type news that we've gotten, very, very, very disappointing to see. That's for sure. But yeah, guys, I'll be wrapping up the stream in a minute.
No, but someone lost me a job.
Why can't modders just upload these mods elsewhere if Nexus mods are going to be problematic? They do. They do. But the thing is that when people, I feel like when a lot of people look for mods, they initially look on Nexus because it's the largest hub. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Sky Oblivion is free, yes. It's supposed to be free. So we'll have to see the, you know, how many people choose to wait and play that over playing this. Again, I definitely think that it's tough. That it's going to be tough for the Sky Oblivion team when this is already out, and there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I need it now. I need to play it now. You know, I'm so hyped. Hype is definitely a very, very powerful thing.
It is also on PC and PlayStation 5, so.
And I don't know what you're waiting for. You're sitting around, it's not gonna just drop into your lap. Go find it, go get it.
I got nothing to add to that.
Get you.
Wow, guys.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Wes. And Finn.
Finn?
You're an excellent
riveting,
co-host.
guys.
Finn, say bye-bye to all the peoples.
We saw, like, no gameplay. We saw bits of dialogue, and we saw walking. This was
born 87
okay, yeah, this
years
is already what we've seen.
But for all these years,
right?
I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of last seed.
Yeah, we already saw this, but
the year of Akatosh.
I mean, visually, it does look strong. A lot of question marks, though. That's for sure. Well, guys, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the Oblivion event here. Guys, thank you so much for being here the past little while. I appreciate it. I will be covering body types 1 and 2 in a video in a bit, I'm sure. I'll be keeping my eye throughout the day on any bits of information that we can get. I'm sure I'll be posting quite a bit to X, so make sure to follow me there. Also join the Discord and the video game chat. I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about Oblivion. And I'll be live streaming tonight, so make sure to check that out. And so far, well, that was very interesting. That second half of the event was very bad. Very, very bad. They probably shouldn't have even done that, to be honest. They probably just wanted to keep as many viewers around as possible. But yeah, guys, thank you for stopping here, for watching the showcase for the past little while. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you for being here. Live stream tonight. Join the Discord if you're not already a part of it. Follow me over on X. All of the links are in the description. Ecto one, it already dropped. They shadow dropped it. So it is already out on Game Pass and Xbox and all that goodness. But yeah, follow me on social media, join the Discord. Guys, thank you so much for being here the past, hour and a half. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by, and have a really good rest of your evening, everyone. I will be streaming tonight.